All right, Mark. In 11 days,
Yes.
we have East of the River Comic Book and Collectible Convention. And it's going to be at the American Legion Hall. This is going to be a big one. I think the weather is going to be nice.
It is.
I think people are really antsy and want to get out of the house. I feel if you're a big collector, this is the show for you. And you can get in early at 9 a.m. for $3, earlier bird special.
And I'll give you a huge selling point, Brian.
Yeah.
I found out this past weekend, talking to Scott, the guy putting on the show, the first person everyone will see when they go into the show will be this face.
Why? You're the door
Open
guy?
him out and working the door for him. So.
Oh, you're working the door?
Yeah. So come on down, say hello to me. You'll see me. I'll be taking your money. And the prices all went up $1. That's how I'm getting paid. No, just kidding. It's $3 for early bird, $1 for after 9 a.m.
Well, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Correct. 9
10
a.m.
a.m.
is early bird.
10 a.m. to 3 p.m. is $1. But
Yes.
the earlier bird, you get the whole place to
$3.
yourself.
Well, not
$3.
to yourself. There'll be other early birds there as well. So
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you get the pick of the litter.
yeah.
Really.
Well, yeah. So get there early.
Yeah.
Get there as often as you can, and come on down and check out all the stuff. Brian's gonna have boxes upon boxes of comic books. He's been talking about it nonstop.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan will be there. All the usual suspects will be there. I think our friends from Fantasy Frames might be there as well.
Nice.
So, get all your stuff. Start getting your stuff together for those springtime birthdays. And get your Easter presents early at East River Comics and Collectible Show. February 27th at the American Legion Hall in Enfield, Connecticut, right next to Dunkin' Donuts, which Scott was very happy I was using that as the wayfinding when I talked to him as well. So, be there or be square.
Or be square.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Geekonomics. We're back. It is the post big game show. I found out it's not good to call it the Superb Owl because I guess they copyrighted it, and it's like you can get in trouble for saying it. So don't want to get any Spotify like things or anything or any.
The big game.
Big game
It's so
happened this past
stupid.
weekend.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever
I figured
heard.
you'd want to promote it and say the name of it, but whatever. So that happened over the weekend. A lot of stuff's been going on. A lot of big trailers were dropped. One that literally made me squeal like a teenage girl when I watched it on my phone because it wasn't on during the game. You had to go on your phone and watch it. Don't know why they did it that way, but they did.
What?
Doctor Strange. They just announced that the trailer was out. They didn't have the trailer on the game.
Yeah, it was.
No, they had a commercial that said, to watch the full trailer, go online and go on your phone and watch it.
Oh, I swear to
It's
God.
$7 million for the long length of time that they had. The length of that trailer was way longer than the thing they showed on during the game. So
that's a possibility.
I watched it, so I know.
Okay, I believe you.
Yeah. So I had to go on my phone, watch it. I'm like, and Claire's like, is everything okay? I'm like, oh my gosh, Doctor Strange.
That we're gonna be.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about that and so much more.
Um,
before we get into all that, Brian, how are you? How's things? How's life? What's new in the world of the Kazaska?
Well, Mark, I'm glad you asked. I watched the Super Bowl. It was
anticlimactic,
uneventful. Yes. I didn't care who won. I didn't care who lost. The halftime show was okay.
Being a football fan, I'll say this really quick.
I look at you asking me.
I know, but
you just talked right over me. You're like, whatever, I don't care.
Sorry, Brian. It's a Zoom, it's card. You're like breaking up on my end. But no, just being a football fan, just throwing it in real quick. This had to be the blandest Super Bowl I've ever watched.
Yes.
Continue.
Okay. I was going to say, yes, it was very ho-hum. The halftime show got a bunch of aging rappers together, and they performed. Some were better than others. It just brings it for me, it was just like, oh, I remember that song. Oh, that's a good song. Oh, that's an okay song.
Remember
Oh,
Berries.
that's all right. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of folks did really love it, but in my opinion, it doesn't beat out Prince or
Thank you.
Tom Petty or Bruce Springsteen or shit. I'll even say Katy Perry was better because I really liked her.
Michael Jackson from back in the day.
I didn't see that one.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't like
Amazing.
Michael Jackson, so
Well, back in the day when Michael Jackson was Michael
he was
Jackson.
still a pedophile then, and he's a pedophile.
I know, but we didn't know that then, so it was different.
We didn't because he hit it so well.
Well, that's here nor there.
So I don't consider, in my opinion, I don't consider that
at the time when it happened. It was an experience.
He was touching little boys during that, so
not in the actual Super Bowl halftime.
He
show.
could have been. We don't know.
I was watching it. Nothing happened.
Well, you never know.
All right, whatever.
He had little Jimmys in the back room or something. I don't know.
Everyone enjoyed the Cosby Show when it aired. I don't want anyone to like.
Anyway, why are we going down this rabbit hole?
You went down the rabbit hole. I was just saying that it was a good halftime show.
Okay, if you think so, that's good. I'm just saying this Super Bowl halftime show for me was just okay. It was just all right.
Yes.
Mary J. Blige was probably the highlight. I didn't know 50 Cent was going to be there.
No one did. He was a surprise.
He looked like he had a lot of
like $1.50.
He looked like he ate a lot of mom's spaghetti. That's my favorite line out of the Eminem song when he says "Mom's spaghetti."
Yes.
Other than that, I'm not a big fan of that song. I know everybody loves it.
I don't know.
And okay, these are the big shows. All the artists do this, so I'm not criticizing people for lip singing because that's what they lip singing because that's what they do. Generally, when the big shows are happening, it has to sound perfect, and it's such a different element, and I get that. So I'm not criticizing that by anybody, but Eminem did a horrible job of hiding it because multiple times he'd moved the mic, and you heard the lyrics loud and clear, and he's like this, and his mouth's not even moving.
He does that on purpose. I don't know if you knew this. He does it on purpose.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
I don't. There's been stories before where he said he does when that happens, when he has to do that, he does it on purpose. That way everyone knows he's doing it.
Well, he's horrible at it. Anyway,
he's no Ashley Simpson, so
I'm not criticizing them for doing it. I understand why they do it, but I'm just saying, just do a little bit better job of hiding it.
Not everyone's as good as Milli Vanilli doing it. So
so the commercials were great. There's some standouts that I really enjoyed.
The Scrubs one. I have no idea what they were selling, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, to see Zach Braff and Donald Faison together on the screen again.
Yeah.
And then the Colin Joe's ScarJo was really funny.
See, the thing with that one is it's been on YouTube for like the past 3 weeks.
And I ignored it on purpose. I ignored it. I did not want to watch it until Super Bowl.
You were so weird.
And then I really liked the Larry David one until I realized it was
commercials.
It was for crypto.
Sure.
And I hate all those crypto ads. It's a scam, people. You're getting scammed. And we have celebrities now trying to scam everybody. It's just horrible. Horrible.
Old man in the sports, ladies and gentlemen.
NFTs and crypto. You want to lose your money? Go right ahead. But it's horrible. Then
this has been your weekly Old Man in the Porch report.
No.
Get off my lawn, you kids, your NFTs.
The funny thing is, the NFTs are just being sold from rich people to other rich people. And a lot of people are just like, this is horrible. A lot of people with common sense know it's garbage. But that's just
the world, Brian.
It's just celebrities that are rich that are inflating these prices. That's all it is.
Welcome to America.
I like the Brie Larson car commercial had Eugene Levy. That was really good. That was a good one.
David
yeah, that was a lot of fun. But there were some good ones in there. But overall, it was a Super Bowl. It happened.
The Sopranos one.
Yes, I saw that shot and I was like, oh my god!
Basically, as that commercial came on, and I turned to Claire and I go, "Brian's at home right now, screeching." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Brian has a weird obsession with The Sopranos."
That's a fantastic show.
Here's my thing with you on that commercial. I wanted to ask you about this because I saw it. I was going to text you, but I didn't know if you were watching or not. Do you think that like cheapens the end of the series? Because that like somewhat answer like the ongoing question of the series, like the ending, like
First of all, it's a commercial. It's not canon. Second of
that
all,
you know of.
Second of all, the ending is how you interpret it, and I still think the ending is brilliant. I think it's one of the best endings.
Ask Claire the same question. Her quote, not exact quote, but her thing was, "Well, it's not like they can make a sequel with the lead, anyways. So
yeah,
they could just, if they do, they could just say he's dead and then just go on.
It's a
What are
commercial.
they gonna do? Bring him back?
Yeah, it's not. It's
His son
not.
was terrible as him, so it's not like they can use his son.
His son was really good. His son
I
was a
told
good
Claire
actor.
that you love that movie. I don't know. She's not a fan of it, so
It was a good flick. I enjoyed it.
really
I don't like everything, Mark.
you do.
So anyway, I got a few things. Let's move away from Super Bowl real quick. I did watch the first episode of
My week was good
Murderville.
too, by the way. Thanks for asking.
I know. Let me finish my stuff.
Oh,
What do you? I want to tell
I
you.
thought you were going to the news on me. I was like,
No.
son of
Did
a
you?
bee.
I watched Murderville, the first episode with Conan O'Brien.
No,
Pretty
I've not
good.
watched it yet.
Really funny. It's a lot of improv.
Yes.
There's some parts where it's really funny between those guys trying to hold a straight face. I'm probably only going to watch the episodes with other comedians. The second episode has a wrestler, I think. Marshall Lynch or something.
Marshawn Lynch was a football player.
Whatever. It looks boring as shit. So I'm going to skip that episode.
He's a very funny guy.
Okay. I'm going to watch the comedian ones because I feel like, to me, that's better. But those could be good. It could be good. I could be wrong.
I think like the crew of it is mostly Conan's old crew. Like a lot of the people from Conan's old crew are on this show or working in this show. So that's the Conan connection.
Well, he could be producing it.
I think that's where there's something in there. I know there's some kind of connection there. That's why Conan was the first one. And Marshawn Lynch is him and Conan are good friends now.
But I don't know who's producing the show. I don't see Conan's name in the credits at all, other than
no. I think the people that work on his crew or something. I remember reading something like the guys that did Clueless Gamer and stuff like that are working with him on that Murderville show.
I don't know, but it's good. Check it out.
Yeah.
I have 2 episodes left of Cowboy Bebop. I'm going to save it for next week. I will finish it. Speaking of things I don't like, I hit episode 6. I was so disappointed with that episode. I thought it was garbage. And it's been now I'm trudging to finish the series. Episode 6 was so disappointing. I love that episode of the anime, and they just, you could tell they have no idea what they're doing, and the writing is just horrible in that episode. That's the one we all of a sudden Faye's a lesbian, and it's just cringe city. I was just kind of like, oh my god, this episode.
That's the one with her mom?
No.
Oh.
That's another one that was a weird switch, which I'm okay with, because in the original it was the guy who pretended to be, they were married, pretended to be her husband.
Yeah.
And then they switched it to a mom. I'm okay with that. That was all right. But the episode was the VR episode. And then in the original cartoon, it's this kid in a coma, and like people are being trapped inside his this AI. Yeah. And it really talked about a lot of different things. And I felt like they just made it so generic. And Faye in the cartoon, she gets sucked into this cult.
Yeah.
And basically they have to get her out, but and antics ensue. And in this, she just meets this woman who's fixing the ship. They have sex and talk about orgasms. And I was like, this is goddamn horrible. Yeah. And I thought the episode sucked.
I think sometimes they just, instead of like going the route of like pushing like the narrative, they like dumbed it down too much and tried to hit on like the big, like, hey, it's an anime show, let's do a lesbian angle.
Yeah, it was so generic. It was so generic. And after that one, it's kind of been painful. There has been better episodes afterwards. I got 2 left. I know the next one is like a flashback episode, and I know the finale is going to be they're basically going to be doing the last episode of the series.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because in the anime they both die, so it seems like they're blowing their load very early on.
Well,
and I love the first episode.
Last episode is probably the most divisive episode.
Well, I'm almost there, and I have to say the first,
which is why a lot of people were not disappointed when it was canceled.
The first half of this, up to episode 6, I was on board. Episode 6 was.
It takes a turn. It does take a turn to. I don't know if there's something that happened with the writing or.
I don't know. At this point, I'm glad it got canceled.
Like they went to a certain point before COVID, and then took a break for a long time, and then went back, and like things are not the same or whatever.
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I will talk about it in full next week when I finish this, because I'm not saying it's horrible. I have pros and cons. I have pros and cons. I like some aspects, and some aspects I do not like.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect show by any means.
Yeah.
Anyway, other than that, I started Dying Light 2, which has been a lot of fun. That's great. A scary video game. Yeah. Friday, I hope to see Uncharted. And then next Thursday, we're seeing the Foo Fighters.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
What? You're not going to go to Foo Fighters?
No. I thought you were going to say Batman, but that's the following Thursday.
Yeah. So I'm basically seeing a movie every week, which is kind of crazy.
Welcome back to the world, Brian.
I'm excited to go to the MGM. Are you going to go with me?
I don't know yet. I got to see what's going on. I got to talk to the wife and see if there's
Isn't she working at 3:30 on a Friday?
No, she gets out at 2 on Fridays.
So
that's why I got to find out what's going on.
She can go with us.
I don't think she wants to see Uncharted.
Anyway,
I don't even know if I want to see Uncharted. So that's the other thing. I've never played the video game, so I have no attachment or any basis in what the story is about whatsoever.
I'm sure you can see the movie without.
This looks like a poor man's Indiana Jones, but
he is it's like an Indiana Jones / Lara Croft, but I mean the games are amazing. I mean, I'm hoping it's getting decent reviews. I'm seeing it with or without you. I don't care.
No, that's fine. I would probably end up going. It's just I just don't know.
I got a free ticket, so that's why I'm going.
Oh, I see what it is.
I got a free ticket, babe. But I wanted to see it no matter what, but they had an offer. Like I upgraded the Nathan Drake collection to the PS5 version for $10, and then they email you a voucher for the movie. And I was like, sweet. But it was only the Regal movie. Regal.
I've never been to the Regal cinemas, so that's the thing that's kind of pulling me into going, is that it's at the Regal cinemas.
And I mean, I like going to afternoon movies, to be honest with you, sometimes.
Well, because you're old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for me this week. Mark, what happened to you this week? I know you got something really epic.
I did yesterday for Valentine's Day, which I mentioned it to Claire after I sent it. Like, well, it's kind of strange that I sent the guys my Valentine's Day present.
It was weird, but I was happy for you.
I was just over the I really wanted to just open it instantly and start building it. So Claire had something planned for the gift, like a sentimental gift for me for Valentine's Day yesterday, but unfortunately with the whole shipping debacles that's been going on, it got lost in shipping purgatory. And she had decided to cancel it because it was never going to show up anytime soon.
Right.
So she'd been racking her brain and stressing out about what to get me for Valentine's Day. So I had randomly been talking to her how you sent me that picture while you were at Target last time of the R2-D2 Lego model.
Yeah.
And how big it was. And I was like, wow, look at this. It's crazy. It's like huge. But it's not supposed to be that big. I think it's just all the pieces. And then I was like trying to figure out the size of it and everything.
But tells you, it's a foot tall.
Yeah. So that's what I was telling. That's something that I was telling Claire this story about how we were discussing it. And that's so yesterday for Valentine's Day, that's what she gave me for Valentine's Day.
That's a good one.
And I was very excited. I'm like fighting every instinct to not just open it up and start building it. Because I know once I start building it, I'm not going to be able to stop.
Well, you're going to start it this weekend, aren't you?
That's what I'm doing Saturday, probably. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So That's my plan for Saturday. But yeah, so besides that, I randomly started watching Reacher on the Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Because the lead actor in that was in Titans. He played Hawk of Dove and Hawk. So, and he was really good in that. Like I liked him his acting. So like, oh, I'll give this Reacher show a try. Because I remember it was a Tom Cruise movie, which was terrible.
Yes.
And I was like, all right, I'm not sure. But the show is really good.
Is it?
Yeah. It's very like murder, like thriller.
Murder
stuff.
mystery.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it like spy thriller sort of thing?
Well, he's a former like special intelligence agent in the military, like investigator, special investigator, kind of like he would.
Which I never got why Tom Cruise was.
Tom Cruise's movie was completely not the story of the.
He
books,
looks
I guess.
nothing like a Marine or anything of that nature.
I guess from what I read since into why they were so different, because I was like, why was this movie so bad if the show was so good? I guess the movie, like they just basically just used the name and that was it. They had no other,
right?
Like they didn't use anything to do with the books besides the name of the character and a little bit about what he did. Didn't really follow the story whatsoever. So I guess the show is based off the Killing Floor book for Jack Reacher.
Okay.
And it was really good. It goes like really deep into his character and shows the development of the character. I mean, it's an Amazon show, so it's not super great, but it was good enough.
Yeah.
8 episodes. It was a fun little time killer.
Oh, they put them all out already?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like once a week thing.
No, Amazon does the Netflix thing. They just throw them all out at once.
Well, that's not true.
On some shows.
Vox is once a week. The Boys is once a week.
3 a week.
The Boys was once a week for season 2.
Yeah, but for some reason, maybe this came out like a while ago and I just didn't notice it, but I can't remember. But anyways, whatever. So I watched it. It was good. I'd suggest it. I think you might be into it.
I see the trailer. I'm not interested at all, but I hear good things. It's not my thing, not my cup of tea.
It's very, very along the lines of reminded me a lot of the Firstborn movie.
See, I don't like the Bourne movies.
Well, not like the storyline wise, but like the action wise. It was very like hand-to-hand combat, like beat him up.
Yeah.
Big bulky guy. Also kind of reminds me of the original Hulk TV show.
Oh yeah.
Like the storyline wise of it, like he's just wanders into town, solves a mystery. At the end of this series of the season, he wanders out of town, moves on to the next town kind of thing. So I guess that's how the books go. So it kind of made me interested to kind of read the book. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet.
There's a lot of them.
I guess so. Yeah. Which is the other daunting thing, because I don't know if I want to get that deep into it. But yeah, so watch that. Watch the usual suspects of Vox and Peacemaker and Boba Fett.
Yep.
Watch Super Bowl. Thought it was very bland. I am one of those folks that wasn't a huge fan of the halftime show. And like I said to Claire, I said exactly what you said. I hold all the halftime shows to the Prince model, the Prince marketing scale. Prince's halftime show, which I remember watching at John Francia's apartment at Bigelow.
Yeah, we all did, yeah.
With Chris Dupre, who's a huge Prince fan. The top for me is Prince playing Purple Rain
in the rain.
A rainstorm.
Yeah, it started raining. Yeah,
that's the high echelon. That's the highest you can get.
Yeah,
if you can get to Prince playing Purple Rain in a rainstorm, that's like the high level.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to get to. Like that's your top point for me.
Right. Everyone's different. Everyone's likes different things.
Hitting for that. So I think it was good for what it was. I wasn't a fan of the white, everything white. I think they like sanitized it a little too much. If they just made everything look like the buildings would have looked, I think that would have made it better.
How? I think that it just because it makes everybody stand out. Because then,
I don't know.
If you have that many people, it's gonna make it dark.
No, so I know, but I mean, just like the
whiteness
of it, like the white motif on all the buildings was kind of, I don't know.
I honestly
wasn't a huge fan. I'm a fan of the fake like stage prop things like the mixing board, like Dr. Dre was mixing the mixing board as Eminem was playing in front of him.
Yeah.
That was strange. I don't ever think that's like, it's like that's just gimmicky to me.
I like the
Not a fan
set.
of that.
I thought the whole set, the motif was cool. I liked it more than performances.
I think we could have saved, like we could have got one more song from the main acts if we just not had Kendrick Lamar. I thought he was a throw-in. There was no need for Kendrick Lamar to be there.
Well, he's for the younger audience. That's what it is.
He played 2 songs I've never heard of in my life.
I didn't even know who he was until that night.
Well, I knew he was the guy. He did the Black Panther soundtrack with The Weeknd, so I know him from that. But the song, whatever songs he played or he sang, never heard of before in my life. Couldn't tell you what they were called. They don't have any recollection of anything that he did. I think the 50 Cent part was useless. I don't think there's any need for 50 Cent to be in that. I don't know what that was about. We understand you were trying to
in the club
mimic your video.
It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday.
Fat man hanging upside down just looked very strange and awkward.
Yeah.
It was sad.
It is what it was. What can you do?
I think you could have just had, if you just did Dre, Mary J. Blige, and Snoop Dogg and left it at that, you'd been fine. I think they spread it out too much, too many different acts. I try to shoehorn too much in.
Maybe.
That was like, I think if you just stay with one act.
Well, it's never
one
one
to two
act.
people, but
It's
like
always
one to
a
two
couple.
people. I think if you kind of keep it to that, unless it's a band who has like a plethora of like a catalog of songs.
Yeah.
I.e. Foo Fighters NFL. Where's our Foo Fighters Super Bowl halftime
Yeah.
show?
Yeah. I think it'd be great.
So, but yeah, so next year's Super Bowl, I don't even know where. I think next year's is in Dallas. So you're ready for some country music.
Maybe. Who knows?
We're gonna play the music of the area that the stadium's in. This year we got the West Coast rap. We'll see what happens.
I don't know who's from Texas, so Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Luke Bryan. I don't know.
The Brown Boy Band.
Zach Brown Band.
Zach Brown Band.
Yeah, there'll be somebody.
Is he even around anymore?
I didn't know.
All right, let's move on. Yeah,
so that was.
We're wasting
but the game itself was ho hum. Like I said, it was bland. Probably the blandest Super Bowl. I don't know if it was the arena. There was not like. It didn't sound like the fans cared. If it was the way that stadium set up, it didn't seem like there was a lot of noise, which was weird.
I don't know. Let's move on from the Super Bowl. We've killed it. We have so many other things to talk about.
That was mostly what I did this week.
All right.
Watch Reacher, watch the shows we watch.
All right. So let's talk about the Lord of the Rings trailer that dropped. Okay. I had to rewatch it on YouTube, and it just looked weird to me. And I know there's controversies, which I think are stupid. I think anybody can play an elf, anybody can play whatever. I don't care. I'm not into the mythology enough to give a shit.
Yeah, I'm not either. I think the imagery,
just looks weird.
I think the images were nice. Like the sets look crazy and huge and epic.
Yeah, they do.
Very Lord of the Rings-esque. I just don't know if anyone's going to be into learning or watching a show about no one that we know from the original story.
That is the $1 billion question mark, because this takes place before. It's a prequel. They added a bunch of new people for the show that were never in these books or whatever. So it's going to be interesting.
And there's no, unless there's like at least with the Game of Thrones prequel show, they've got actors that are known actors that they can kind of linchpin it that way. Like,
but we know who they are.
Matt Smith's going to be in this.
We know who the Targaryens are.
But you know what I mean? It's like there's that linchpin at least of a named actor that's going to be like, oh, well, I like Matt Smith from what he's done before. I'm going to see what he does in this one.
Yeah.
And this one doesn't seem like there's any, like it seems like just a bunch of random actors
Yeah.
playing C-level characters in the Lord of the Rings, like NPCs. It's like, here's the NPC show for Lord of the Rings video game you've played.
I saw the Vanity Fair photos, and they were just very off-putting. They looked very fake.
It could just be the photos that were taken too.
I think photoshopped. But the trailer didn't do anything for me.
The trailer, it was just like a teaser trailer. It wasn't like the official like story or like what the show's gonna be about trailer. So I think I need to see more. That was my thing. Is it looks nice. It perked my interest into wanting to know more about it, and that's all I think it needed to do. It didn't need to be like, I'm gonna watch this come September, whenever it's gonna air.
I don't know. For me, it was just kind of like,
so
it put me off a little bit. So
I think putting too much into it at this point is too early to decide, because there's so much time until we see something that's an official trailer that's going to tell us what the story is and what they're going to. I know it's going to be the story of the Rings of Power and Sauron handing them out to the different like factions of the world, and that's what the main story is. But I think we need more of that, and how it's going to all portrayal out is what
I can't believe they spent $1 billion on this. That's the part that blows my mind.
I can, and like I've heard online and read online different places. I heard one guy say this one place is that Amazon is trying to corner the fantasy market at this point. It's like, if you want to watch fantasy shows, come to Amazon. We have Wheel of Time and we have Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
we shall see. And then,
I didn't watch Wheel of Time, and I probably went up watching this show either. So
Wheel of Time's not in my wheelhouse.
Oh,
Bazinga. Also, we had the Doctor Strange, which we'll save for later. That was the big one.
Yes, the huge one. Now I did see the. I don't know if you saw this trailer. It was part of the Netflix like movies a week commercial.
Yeah.
The first one is the guys that did Free Guy.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds,
Mark Ruffalo, Zoe Saldana is also in it.
It looks interesting.
It looks like it could be good.
Could be.
It also could be very bad, but it looks like
will I watch it? I have to see if I have to hear from others.
I mean, it's free, so probably
you will watch anything.
I'm across it. Well,
You'll watch anything.
I mean, if I got the time, why not?
I probably won't watch it until I hear
research for the show, Brian. We need stuff to talk about here. I can't just be sitting here talking about every Marvel show that comes out.
We have plenty to talk about.
We have other stuff to talk about. So, yeah. So it's got Ryan Reynolds in it, so I'll probably end up watching it anyway.
Yeah. What was the other one?
I don't remember any of the other ones.
Oh.
That was the only one I've seen the trailer for. Oh, Jennifer Garner's in this too. But I saw that on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that on YouTube too.
Yeah, like last week it popped up and I was like, oh, what's this?
The new Jordan Peele movie Notebook's awesome. They showed a better show.
You know what my answer to me seeing that movie is?
Nope.
You
don't like horror stuff. Nope.
The trailer made me say nope.
I'm excited for that movie. There was a better trailer on YouTube, which was really good. I really enjoyed it. It's UFO, aliens, something crazy's happening. I don't know. I will see it.
My first thought from watching that trailer is Jordan Peele becoming M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, but he hasn't. His last two movies are really good.
Us was not good.
That's subjective. I enjoyed Us. I thought Us was really good.
Okay.
And I mean,
the prevailing consensus is Us wasn't that good. From around the interwebs and things.
I don't know about that.
Is this like a Black Signs? Is this the African American version of Signs?
I don't know, but what's race have to do with it?
Well, no, it's just because it like seemed like a very mystery, like it's like the same look of it. Like the aliens, you don't see them at all in the trailer.
Yeah, but you could say that about most monster movies, they don't show you the alien or monster in the trailer generally.
Well, just the way they were promoting it in this trailer just made me think of, because it was like you don't, and it's just a little hand underneath the table, and
I didn't think of Signs at all.
it made me think of Signs.
Okay. I like Signs. I thought that
I like
was
Signs too. I thought Signs was a good movie. It was just,
one of his better
of
movies of M. Night Shyamalan's movies.
Yes.
Was Signs.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to compare it to Signs because I haven't seen it yet, but I like the trailer and I'm excited to see that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I like the actors that are in it and everything.
Yeah,
like,
mostly
his face from he was the guy that was in Get Out. I never can say his name.
Yeah, he uses a lot of the same cast.
Yeah.
In his films, like a lot of directors do.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see more. I like the mystery.
Keke Palmer is always funny. Things that I've seen. That's the girl that's in it.
Yeah, so it should be good. And then
I can't even remember when it comes out though. That was the thing. I don't like.
It comes out in July. I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, July 22nd. I think it was.
Yeah, July 22nd. July 22nd, 22.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I have to see. I'll have to see the YouTube trailer because I know there was a different trailer.
It's a longer one.
That was on
the Super Bowl. Everything was shortened. Like you say, the Doctor Strange one was shortened too.
Yeah, $7 million for 30 seconds.
So much waste of money. So much waste.
All that crypto money, Brian. It's all that crypto.
Such a waste of money.
Trading NFTs for commercials.
So stupid. So
it's okay, Grandpa. It'll be all right.
I could say
you kids get off my lawn with your cryptocurrency and NFTs.
I'm just saying it's scam. Getting scammed. It's like gambling.
Bet you someone said that about the coin when it came out too.
The coin has value. It doesn't. A quarter I know is worth a quarter. Crypto.
Only because someone told you that.
If I go to the store and I can buy something for a quarter, I still get something for a quarter. Crypto, it goes up and down. I can put $100 and buy crypto.
You know what made me turn off?
But it could be worth less or more.
I'm not into the cryptocurrency, but
so why are you arguing with me?
Well, I just like to argue with you. But secondarily, because that's how the show works. We used to agree and everything. Who would watch? I went to the little mini mart on the corner there of George Washington and Brainerd Road.
And you tried to play with it. You paid with an NFT of your face?
I was walking up to the door and there's a sign on the door that says, "We sell Bitcoin." I was like, if I could buy Bitcoin at a convenience store.
How does a convenience store sell Bitcoin? Because that's
what it says on the thing. They were selling Bitcoin.
I don't know. See, you're getting really screwed.
Yeah. I was like, oh boy. This is jump the shark.
Maybe it said we accept Bitcoin.
I don't know.
That's what it
said. The sign said Bitcoin and we sell Bitcoin.
I probably said we accept it.
It said Bitcoin sold here.
All right. I don't know. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, me neither. So I was like, wow, they've jumped the shark with the cryptocurrency already.
Anyway, let's move on from that. Vox Machina was really good. We got 3 episodes.
We did. We got zombies.
Yes. God,
I'm
trying to remember
every D&D campaign. Zombies.
I'm trying to remember how it ended because so much has happened between now and Friday.
Well, last episode was that they were walking in the dungeon.
Is that how it ended? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They got into Whitestone.
Right. And we got 2 more weeks left of this, I think?
Yes,
I think so.
Yes.
Great show. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, because we get 9, 10, 11, and then 12 is like a longer one the last week.
I know John mentioned once we finish our board game, we should play a round of Dungeons and Dragons, which I would love.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that to Dan, and Dan's like, "Oh, I don't want to play that."
He told you.
But he goes, "Between all the board games I bought, I want to play one of those."
He told you.
Yeah. Then
that was my first thing. As soon as John mentioned it, I'm like, well, Dan's not going to want to play.
Yeah.
So why are we going to do that? Just be the 3 of us playing with John DMing.
You can make Bobby drive down.
Yeah. Or up.
Drive up. Anyway, Vox was good. Peacemaker was fantastic. I'm so excited for Thursday for the finale. they're setting up. This is good. They're going after the cow. And we
Yes.
saw the cow.
Yes.
Wow. Dude, it's gonna be epic. Like, it's so funny. Like, I got Allison. She's all into the show now, so we're watching it, and the show ends, and I'm like, it's going to end. God damn it, ends right there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love it. I'm excited to see how this is going to end. I think it's the beginning scene. Spoilers was very brutal.
Oh, yeah.
We actually got to see
Whole
a
episode was
scene
brutal.
with him killing his brother because his dad
Accidentally, not on purpose. Yeah.
Yes, accidentally, but his dad would pit them against each other, and they would place bets.
They'd fight pit them.
Yeah,
they were basically like pit bulls, but he just had them fighting each other.
And I was like, this is a great backstory for a character like Peacemaker, because we're so used to seeing the backstories of Batman where his parents die. But
we always see the backstories of the heroes, but it's very rarely that we get the backstories of the villains.
Well, he's got
shows, but
he
like,
thinks he's a hero, but in
the grand scheme of things, he
right.
was the villain, which is why he was part of the Suicide Squad.
Yes,
technically. So I think that's like the one thing that we have gotten more on the DC side is they're better at delving into the origin stories of certain characters.
Well, with a TV show, it's more fleshed out.
Yeah.
I don't think you could do that in a movie.
Well, in the movies, even they've been able to do a good job of backstorying Harley Quinn. And delving into that.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I liked it. I thought that was brutal.
And she's been in 3 movies. She's been more movies than any other character, basically.
Yes. I like that scene though with him convulsing, and it was just like, wow, it was crazy.
Not like that. I don't like it that way, but
I didn't like it that way. I'm just saying it was well done.
The way it was done, yes.
Thanks for mansplaining what I.
Well, no problem. It's just the way you said it. It's like, oh god, I liked watching him convulsing on the ground.
I can't say anything. You constantly interrupted me, Mark. You're killing me. I'm trying to get across what I'm trying to say. Yes, I enjoyed the backstory. I think it makes him likable. You understand him more. You're more empathetic to him as a character.
Yes.
And I think because when we saw Suicide Squad originally, I said, wow, they have a tall glass to fill to make us like Peacemaker, because I hated his guts when he killed Rick Flag.
That's what you're supposed to do.
And this show has redeemed him in my eyes. I think they've done a great job.
Well, the best thought I think that happened in this whole process, which James Gunn I think is the linchpin of this whole thing, is I think his plan was in place before he did that movie, like with Suicide Squad. I think once he had Suicide Squad going, picked Peacemaker to be his like guy to use afterwards, he knew like, I'm going to take this character and have him do what he does in Suicide Squad, and then we're going to like devolve him down to his base and flesh all out in this story. So then when he like reappears in the next thing after this, people now like be cheering for him. It's like he's done a great job of like taking a hated character, tearing him down to build him back up again. Very Loki like, actually.
Yes.
Like Peacemaker, the more you think about it, is like what they're doing with Peacemaker in DC is what Marvel did with Loki. Built him up as this bad guy, tore him down, rebuilt him up as like a hero basically, and now he's going to be like on the opposite side. So it's been a great character devolve and rebuild. And
getting to see him fight his dad was pretty good. That was a good fight. I really like that. And
he did a great job of like showing how he had to like come to grips with this whole thing and like realize that it wasn't his fault. Like this was not him that killed his brother.
Right.
Like he's thought this whole time, this is why he does how he is and how he is as a character is because of this. And that one moment has shaped his whole life basically. And now he has to like come to grips with it and be like, it wasn't me. It was an accident. It wasn't my fault. If my dad had not made us do this, none of this would have happened. And so he just cups him in the head.
Yes. Well, at first I'm like, oh, is he gonna do it? Is he just gonna suffer? But I'm like, no, he's gotta put
Yeah, he's gotta
take him out. He's gotta take him out. And he did, which was great. So now the bigger bad, well, the cow in quotes is coming. So I can't wait to see. We'll talk about it next week. But this episode for me was another 10. I really enjoyed it. It was
it's gonna be a bloodbath. A lot of people are gonna get murdered.
Oh yeah.
This next episode.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be because they're all infected with they're all butterflies.
Yes.
So if they die, they're already dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're already dead. So but now you actually have to squish the bugs.
Yeah. So. That was so sad when they killed the guy.
It's like, yeah.
That was sad. But man, good stuff. And Eagly, he's doing fine.
Yeah.
That was good. But anyway, we gotta move on, Mark. Time wise. So
Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, so let's talk about the season finale.
Book of M&F and Boba Fett.
That episode had everything I wanted.
Oh my gosh. It was like it was the story that you have played in your bedroom when you were a kid.
Yeah. I thought the same thing.
A Rancor toy and you had a Boba Fett toy and you were like, what if Boba Fett rode a Rancor?
Right.
What would happen?
Pretty much. It felt like I was watching me playing as a kid.
Yeah.
They captured it very well.
Amazing.
Grogu came back.
I mean.
Did you think that Luke was going to be in there for a split second? Because I kind of did. I was like, is Luke?
No. I think that like they used the Luke battle. Luke fighting, I think, was used up in that last season of Man.
I'm not saying fighting. I'm just saying Luke being in the X-wing, giving Grogu back.
He's off doing the Jedi Academy thing now, so he's not gonna be. I don't think we'll see him again.
I think we will, but not now. I just thought Luke might have been in that X-wing to deliver Grogu. That I thought that was weird, but R2 was in there, so that's cool. Good to see R2.
R2 just flies the X-wing. He can do that. That's what the astromech droids are for.
Yeah. Then I was kind of hoping the 1950s people, the speedsters, would die, but only a couple of them died. I think 2 of them escaped. Like the girl and the guy.
Well, you got Blag and Scrag, whatever their names are.
I like the chick. She's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The Rancor stuff was awesome. And then it's very episode 1 with those robots coming down.
Yeah.
And just going to town.
That, 2 battle droids.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. They're just super battle droids is what they were. But anyways, no, I think they left those 2 members of the spider, whatever the mods gang. Because I think now that it's like they're establishing like this is going to be Mando's home base, kind of like he's gonna use this as his to and from place. So he has his like squad now. Like this was the building of his tribe.
Team.
Yeah.
Mando and Boba Fett working together was awesome. The jetpack scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Getting the scene where is it Cad comes by. Finally,
Cad Bane.
But they kill him. And I was kind of interested. I was like, that's kind of weird that they're not going to bring him back.
Because that was like a deep dive. Like you had to know stuff to make that make sense. Like that was relying on that end scene of Cad Bane was relying on fans that know the story of Cad Bane.
Yeah, but I don't have to know his backstory. I'm just saying.
Well, to make it more relevant and the reasoning why Boba Fett had to be the one to kill him, if you need to know a little bit more than just what happened in this show, like because he actually talks about it a little bit as they're fighting. Cad Bane basically raised Boba Fett after his dad dies.
Oh, there's a backstory there?
Yeah, there's a backstory with the 2 of them.
Oh,
Because
I had
after
no
the
idea.
because after you get the story in Bad Batch where the Empire takes out the clone planet, Camino, that basically is like after Clone Wars,
Mm-hmm.
which means Boba Fett has nowhere to live, basically, like because he's
Right.
Django's dead. What happens to him? His early story, which they might delve into if they do a season 2 of Book of Boba Fett, might be him being raised by Cad Bane, and that's how he became the bounty hunter that he became. Was because Cad Bane showed him the ropes, so to speak. Like he started out as Cad Bane's like whatever they call it, apprentice.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's where that connection is.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. So that's why
Um,
Cad Bane was like, oh, so you're finally gonna kill me? You finally are, think you're man enough to take me? Remember because he actually fought. Cad Bane and Boba Fett fought earlier in Boba Fett's career. Boba Fett lost. Was never like thought he was good enough because he couldn't take down Cad Bane. Cad Bane was always so that was that whole storyline.
yeah, I had no idea. So
Yeah.
I mean, it explains more. I was kind of like, oh, interesting. They're going to kill him. But it was still a great.
Well, because I don't think there's anything more to tell with his story. There's nothing
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
Like you had to he had to be like the black hat guy for Boba Fett.
Right, right. Um,
Especially since they sent Fennec Shan to just wreck house and
yeah,
Mos Eisley. So
dude, I know she's just like a
just kill everybody.
ninja, a ninja.
Yeah, just kill everybody.
She drops in there.
And they're like, "Are you gonna go? You have time to go to Mos Eisley and just take care of everything?" She's like, "Oh yeah, sure." And I was like, "Yeah, everyone's gonna die. Everyone's dead. We're not gonna hear anything from those people ever again."
No, they're all done.
Like hanging the mayor. I was like, "Oh man."
Yeah, she's just going to town, man. The Rancor stuff was cool. The fact that it just wreaks havoc once Boba Fett's off of it, which is pretty cool.
Well, because it has no
yeah
one controlling it. It's just a
and
animal.
it's scared because it doesn't know what to do, and they're all firing at it.
Yeah.
And then having Grogu show up and do his little Grogu thing to put it to sleep was interesting.
Which shows he's more powerful than Luke, because Luke tried that in Return of the Jedi and couldn't do it.
Yeah. So he puts the Rancor to sleep.
And then falls asleep next to him.
Because he snuggles up next to it.
Yeah.
It's cute.
I know you're gonna be like, oh,
it's adorable. The chase scene with what's her name and Grogu, that was a lot of fun. Like, I don't know, it's just so great to see all this world building come together.
Yeah.
And you know what?
And now Mando's off on his real story, which we'll see next year.
Yeah, season 3. But let the haters hate because the title, but you know what?
Whatever.
It's great.
Whatever.
It was great. I mean, it was a fun show. It had its lulls, it had its peaks and valleys, and that's fine.
Yeah.
The ending was amazing.
Yeah.
The last 3 episodes were the best.
Did anyone complain that Captain America Civil War was basically an Iron Man movie? No.
Right. That's my point. You watch MCU movies and there's tons of them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain America Civil War was about Tony Stark's family dying and that his battle with that, and that's why the Civil War happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It had really nothing to do with Captain America besides he wanted to keep Bucky alive.
Yeah.
No one threw a fit. Like, oh, it should have been called that. It should have just been called something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, great show. I can't wait to see what they're going to do next. I'm excited for Obi-Wan Kenobi, which comes out in May.
Yes.
May. They put a poster out.
Yes.
I'm a little scared about the guy who wrote it.
I know you are. You're scared about everything.
Do you know who the guy who wrote it?
Yes, I've heard you complain about it in the chat. I know exactly
what scares me. Filoni and Jon Favreau are not part of this project. That's what scares me.
Well, not all we're going to be winners, Brian.
I know, but the Obi-Wan show has got to be good, man.
I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be good. I don't think you have a story basically written. There's not much you have to do besides just write it down. You don't
Well,
have to do much else.
It's 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And the guy who wrote it is also he wrote Robin Hood, that Robin Hood movie, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword,
Yeah.
Army of the Dead. He wrote the screenplay for Army of the Dead. He wrote the screenplay for King Arthur, Legend of the Sword.
Yes.
And
which wasn't a terrible movie. It was just the acting was bad.
Pretty bad. I'm just like, I'm a little bit nervous because
I mean, all he does is write it. He needs people that can actually act to do, like, Army of the Dead thing wasn't his fault. He wrote the story. He just the acting was bad.
yeah, but the story sucks. I'm just saying.
Well, if you
Not
have
seeing
Zack Snyder helping you out, it probably wasn't.
seeing Filoni and Favreau part of this just makes me I mean, I have to believe Filoni has to be a consultant on this.
I'm assuming Favreau's got to be a little bit of a or something on it somewhere.
Yeah, it just, I hope it's good. I
Yeah.
hope it's, my fingers are crossed. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm just holding back some reservation there.
Yes.
That's all.
Well, as we're getting ready to wrap this up, we got to talk about the biggest thing that happened this past weekend.
Yes. The Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange trailer. Oh my goodness. This Doctor Strange trailer.
Okay, I'm going to come out and say it. We heard Patrick Stewart's voice.
Yes.
As
in the back of a bald head.
He's playing Professor Xavier.
Yes.
We don't know which he could be Professor Xavier, and obviously in a different.
I went to the same place John went to in my head as soon as I saw it. They're doing a multiverse Illuminati.
Yes, they are.
That's how they're going to bring the Illuminati into the Marvel universe.
Yes,
because it's the only way that makes sense.
Now, Mark, I got something for you. Xavier appeared to be wearing a black robe or cloak.
Yes.
In a scene in 2014's Days of Future Past.
Yes.
That dealt with time travel too.
Yes.
So they could be weaving that version in because we know that he died in Logan.
Yes.
So obviously this is a different timeline. He still exists. He's part of the Illuminati. Well,
I think that the timeline's going to be that, from what we saw in Loki, that the TVA wasn't the only group that was monitoring the multiverse.
Yeah.
Because we saw the Ultrons walking around.
So Tony Stark could be part of it. And
so I don't think it's going to be the Tony Stark we know.
No, I think it's going to be Robert Downey Jr.
Really?
Yes. Why? Why would it not be?
I don't know. That'd be a major pull if they could bring him back for that.
How would it be? He loves that character.
I know, but he said that he was done. If they were able to bring him back, that's going to be a major thing.
In my opinion, that is like, you're going to win so many. That's going to be big. I mean,
it's going to be amazing. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, it's going to be Robert Downey.
It's way better than the other ideas that's been thrown out there.
Okay, the fact that people even say Tom Cruise just boggles my mind. Why the fuck do I want to see Tom Cruise?
Where did that even come from? That's what I want to know.
I know.
The person that was like, who would be good as Iron Man? Tom Cruise.
A crazy Scientologist who is just a horrible, horrible person. We want him in the MCU.
So, for people who don't know, the Illuminati was born from the Skrull invasion. Tony Stark decided he needed to have a group that was above all the other groups, that was like the ones that monitored all the groups at once, like a United Nations for the superheroes.
Yeah, but they protected Earth.
Yeah,
and all the Earths,
yes,
not just the one version.
Not just our Earth, but all the Earths in the multiverse. Right. So it's Professor X, Tony Stark, Reed Richards, Doctor Strange, Black Bolt from the Inhumans, and Namor, the Submariner.
Obviously, for this, it's going to be different. They're going to change it up. I'm
assuming we're not going to get Namor, unless they decide to pull the Namor, which would be weird because we've never had any inkling of Namor.
Yeah.
I could see them pulling Black Bolt from the Inhumans. Rumors of people saying that one of the guys in the scene, if you like cut down that one scene where you see the people in the background that are sitting up on the dais there, that one of them looked like Adam Warlock's costume.
We know he's going to be in Guardians 3.
Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's a possibility. The ongoing rumor has been John Krasinski is rumored to be Reed Richards.
Reed Richards, it looks like he will be part of there. And if it is, that's kind of cool. It could introduce the Reed
because that'd be a great way to, like, to me, this is the movie to bring in everything. At least start the buildings of it.
Yes.
If Fantastic Four is in the phase 4 at the end of phase 4, that's somewhere in phase 4, this would be your way to introduce the Fantastic Four into it.
Yeah.
Like, Reed Richards is a part of the Illuminati with Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is supposed to be, and the rumor is that Doctor Strange is supposed to be the Iron Man of this phase. Like the main builder of the new Avengers, kind of like the linchpin of all the stuff. So then it makes me kind of curious to say, what if they just don't use Iron Man at all? What if they just drop Iron Man from the Illuminati completely and it's just Doctor Strange that they're bringing in?
Well, I'm glad you said that, Mark, because hold on.
Professor X, Reed Richards.
Well, okay, so Doctor Strange is being pulled in, but by the end of the movie, he could be one of the people who sits up on the seat.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. But I'm saying, what if they just don't even use Iron Man as part of it and just have Doctor Strange be on it?
Well, here we go. I'm glad you brought that up. The Legend series Marvel toys, there is one that came out called Defender Strange.
Yeah.
So potentially 3 versions of Doctor Strange. You have the Doctor Strange we know. Then there's going to be an evil Doctor Strange, which we saw in the trailer.
What if? Yeah.
And then if there's a third Doctor Strange, Defender Doctor Strange.
Because I even wondered too, what if Doctor Strange is already in the Illuminati?
That could be the
Doctor Strange that they're talking about, that Defender Strange, is the Strange that's up on the dais already. And when he gets in there, that's why, like, well, we need to explain this to him. Like, that's what we need to explain to him, is why are you already here? Like, why am I seeing myself up there?
So there could be 3 Doctor Strange and that
I think we're gonna get like 4 or 5 Doctor Strange. I think we're gonna get a lot of Doctor Stranges. There's gonna be multiple versions of Doctor Strange. He's basically fighting himself. Is basically what this is gonna come down to.
Yeah.
But I think also they might pull the Scarlet Witch is fighting her own stuff.
Well, Scarlet Witch is going to fight Doctor Strange. Yeah. Obviously, there's going to be conflict of interest there. Yeah. She's pissed off because when he messed with time, he's a hero. When she messed with time, she's a villain. Yeah. So she's got a bone to pick with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, at least part of her does.
I feel like that's what we're getting in the trailer, and I obviously believe that's it's gonna be one of those things that they might team up by the end to help each other. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's the thing. Another person that could be in this new Illuminati version doesn't have to be the people that were in the comic book. It could be a whole new group of people.
Yeah, I think so.
A cool one to me would be if they had like a good Kang, the Conqueror. Because he mentioned in Loki that there's multiple versions of him.
Yeah.
And they all fought and he was the last one to survive. What if there was another one that he didn't know about that's still out there? That's in this multiverse Illuminati.
I don't know.
Trying to take down the evil Kang.
I don't know. I feel like the Kang.
And also, Sylvie's been in the Illuminati as well. In the new version that's in comics now, Sylvie is a member of the Illuminati as well. So there could be that. Like Loki could be in the Illuminati. It could be anybody, really. It could be anyone could be in this.
Right.
We'll find out in May.
I know. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh my God. May cannot get here quick enough.
Oh man.
I think just seeing Professor X is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say this, Mark. Seeing Spider-Man No Way Home and that roller coaster of a ride we had, I feel when we see this movie opening night, it's going to be the same fucking thing.
It's going to be that times 2, I think.
It's going to be...
Because there's been the rumor out there that this movie is going to have more characters in it than Endgame.
I don't know. They're going to go that big
because they can do anything in this movie.
Yeah, but I don't think they're not going to blow their load that quickly. I
think they will.
I don't know.
I think Marvel's now on the trajectory of just do the damn thing. It's like if you're going to do it big. Don't just half-ass it and like
yes, but
do the multiverse of madness, but not have everything going on at once.
My point is this: if it makes sense for the story, right? I don't want to see cameos that make no sense. That's
because I think that it's going to be segmented. It's not going to be. I think like this story is going to be Doctor Strange going through all these multiverses, trying to track down somebody or something.
Yes.
Figure out what's going on, and I think in that you're going to see. Might not be full-blown scenes, might not be like things, but you're going to see a lot of characters like slight shots of all these different characters throughout this movie. It's not going to be like Endgame or like a big, huge battle with everyone all at once.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Segments, like little segments of this and that. You're going to see like there's a clip in the trailer that someone's broken down and there's a broken Agent Carter shield. Like the Captain Marvel shield was broken.
Yeah.
In the Tony Stark dream. Do we see Peggy Carter come back?
Do we see Deadpool? Deadpool
was in a pane of a window someone took a shot of.
Supposedly.
Deadpool show up.
Yeah.
Is this how like I think this is like Marvel's now has all these properties in their portfolio now. That I think this movie is going to be their way of being like, hey, here's how we can bring everyone in.
Yeah.
Without having to do a huge explanation thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the multiverse broke and all these people came through and now they're here. And now they're all part of the same neighborhood.
Pretty much.
So that's how we do the origin story. We don't have to go back and do all this stuff. Now they're just here.
Yeah. Man, I am so stoked for this movie. I mean, what else can we? I don't even want to see another trailer because I don't want anything to be ruined.
I think like as we get closer, I'm staying away. That's the next one. That's
my final trailer for that movie.
I know you don't like even see the original trailers. I'm surprised you
I want to go in like a virgin,
touched for the very first time.
Yes. I want to be surprised for the very first time. Like a bird. Yeah, that's what I want to. I want to go in not knowing anything other than what I just saw. That's it. I'm ready. Right. I'm ready for this movie.
Okay.
It's gonna be so many good. It's so weird the fact that I'm seeing 3 movies in 3 weeks. Yeah. And we just saw. What did we just see?
Spider-Man.
Well, no. I saw Jackass.
Oh, you saw Jackass.
I saw Jackass, and now it's just weird going back. I mean, I miss the movies. At the movies.
The movies. See,
the movies.
Vin Diesel was right. It brought you back.
At the movies.
The
movies.
Different at the movies.
I don't know. There's just something fun seeing it with a group of people than watching it on my couch. You know, it's
that's
different.
The whole shtick of the movies. That's the selling point of it.
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole different experience. Anyway, Mark, we should wrap it up. I think it's been a great show. I think we
there's a lot happened in this past week. A lot of stuff happened.
So next week,
a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna have my full report on Cowboy Bebop, that Netflix show. I'm gonna finish these 2 episodes this weekend.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be, like I said, I have my criticisms, but I also have the stuff I liked, which I haven't talked about yet. I'll save that for next week.
Save it for next week.
And then we have the finale of Peacemaker. So next week is Peacemaker.
Yep.
And
that's the big thing for next week. And Vox Machina, we'll talk about that some more. And then the week after that, the Batman.
The Batman. And we're gonna
we'll have our review of Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters
666.
I'm excited for that. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they have a showing closer to home.
Yeah.
I was
I don't have to go to Plainville.
I know. I canceled my tickets and I just bought those tickets.
Awesome.
And I was just like, I don't want to drive to Plainville.
Me neither.
Yeah. You never know what the weather's going to be like. And anytime I do something, the weather is bad. So, all right, Mark.
This is true.
Let's wrap it up. Everybody,
right.
like and subscribe, and we'll be back next week with more Geekonomics podcast.
All right, everybody. As always, be safe, be kind, be good. Bye, everybody.